Let's bring this week's meeting into session. So I'm currently using a different recording, well, not really software, it's more of a fucking website or whatever. So things are going to be a little different. For instance, that sound effect is 10 seconds long and I just had to pause it. For instance, just listen to how long this is. Now, keep in mind, it's a little different than the audio. I'm pretty sure it's a different audio than what I originally used when I worked on my laptop. But anyways, I really hope that this is temporary. So for anyone who would like to know, I'm currently using Riverside.fm. Sure, you've all seen a lot of ads for it. But yep, just pretty much just trying to get this episode out. It's probably good. I've noticed that this is also like a maximum 2-hour storage, so pretty much once I'm done making this episode, I probably won't have any more storage left, because this is a long-ass chapter. Still, I'm flipping through the pages in a book I have right now, yep. Oh, the next one's even longer. Yay. This one's chapter 6, meeting a team. Page 90 to page 117. Yay. But yeah, pretty much I'm currently using Riverside FM because my laptop got water damage and is not turning on, so now I'm using my Chromebook from 9th grade. And since it's a Chromebook, I can't download the software I usually use onto it, which means I am fucked. And also, which means I had to spend some time looking for another medium, and sadly Riverside.fm was the best one I could find. I might decide just to record on Anchor, but the main issue is downloading the episodes. So then I can upload them to Instagram and YouTube and so on. Which is why I'm using Riverside, not Anchor, because I'm pretty sure Anchor doesn't have an upload option. Couldn't find one. But anyway, let's get into this episode. So, Deathchill. Written by Porscha Aubrey, narrated by Porscha Aubrey. Chapter 6, Meeting the Team. It's hot. Extremely hot. It's hotter than any flame I've ever mustered. It's so hot I feel like I'm melting. A faint laughter that sounds like a little girl starts to pick up. She must be happy. I hear nothing. I mean genuinely happy. The laughter continues then. Silence. I hear nothing other than the sounds of a boiling pot. The sound is getting louder and louder, until it seems like it's just right beside me. I jump at the pitch of it, turning around. The boiling disappears, but I hear a dog barking. Actually, a dog barking, some puppies squeaking along with it. They're so small and cute. As for their breed, they're clearly a mix. Probably along the lines of Shepherd Lab Dingo. The mother is so fat, I almost laugh. Almost smile. There's a little puppy fighting with the others. He has black, white, and yellow fur. There's another one jumping around and messing with his mother. He has only yellow and white fur. I want one. I want a companion. I want a pet to go for runs with, cry to when I'm upset, and spend all of my time with. The fighter somehow got a T-shaped bone from I don't know where, and walked up to me. You're my favorite, I say, picking him up. I hear a door open and turn around, seeing only pure darkness. I would expect the puppy to be gone, but he isn't. In fact, now he's an almost fully grown dog, looking at about 2 or 3 human years old. One of his legs is wrapped up in bandages that are stained with blood, and he has a scar on his face. He gazes up at me and smiles with his tongue out like nothing is wrong. I smile and pet him, then look back up. The door is visible now. It has dim blue light about 20 meters away from the entrance, and a tall, shadowy figure is standing in front of it. They have bones for hands, and carry a large scythe with black mist surrounding it. I can almost see a face, and it looks like someone I know. They have a flaming battle axe on their back, with a cape and hood flowing in a non-existent wind. They reach out and begin to ask, "Are you ready?" An eerie scream blares, and I wake up. "Wakey, wakey, sleepyhead," Des says once I finally get my hearing back from the scream. Of course, it's just a dream. Of course, it's a dream. Why can I never pick up on this stuff? My life is nothing like that dream. Reality is nothing like that dream. I give Des a death stare, and unlike other people's death stares, people can actually feel mine. Whoa, watch it there, Lexus. Wouldn't want to go killing one of your brothers now, would you? Troy asks, putting his hands up in surrender. I didn't even notice him standing there. Which one of you two screamed in my ear? I ask, with irritation beaming through my voice. Des immediately points to Troy. He did it. Do you really think I would believe that? I raise an eyebrow at him and he jumps off my bed, cowering to safety. What were you dreaming of anyway? Troy's asked with concern. You were saying some weird stuff in your sleep. Yeah, like, are you ready, really, and you are my favorite, Des continues, looking amused with himself. Oh, it's nothing, I shrug. Were you dreaming about me? Des asks with a false expression of innocence. That's kind of weird, dude, Troy says to Des with a judgmental stare. How? How is it weird? Des asks, throwing his arms up in the air. Because you just asked your sister if she's dreaming about you. Troy face palms. He sounds exasperated with Des's ignorance. Okay, you're getting it the wrong way. Des looks at both of us. I meant because she said, you are my favorite. Now she was dreaming about me because I'm obviously her favorite brother. I'd say the position is pretty vacant. I smirk. Des gives me the middle finger. So, Lexus, your dream. Troy continues. I could tell he's just worried about me. It was mainly just a dark room, I answer. Now both of you get out so I can get ready. I speak just below a shout as I push them out my door. I walk into my bathroom and look at myself in the mirror. Appearance-wise, I'd say I'm pretty average. Not incredibly hideous, nor model-level beautiful. A large red pimple appears on my cheek out of nowhere. Not like anyone cares anyway. After all, it's high school. Hardly anyone cares about me either. I brush my teeth, wash my face, and brush my hair, and do my morning stretches. Time to weigh myself, I mumble to myself, stepping onto the scale. 134 pounds. Are you kidding me? I gained a pound since yesterday? That's what I get for treating myself. I didn't deserve it anyway. I don't deserve anything. That's it. No breakfast and lunch today. I'll just tell everyone that I'm still full because of yesterday. I put on my workout clothes, a black sports bra, basketball shorts, and put my hair up in a ponytail, leave my room and walk downstairs. Des and Troy are watching some old cartoons about fighting little plastic monsters or something. They're so hyped over two creatures beating each other up. Where's Mom and Dad? I ask, putting on my running shoes. Oh, hey, they're called in early. Troy smiles, just noticing me. Something about a gas station blowing up. Going for a run? Des asks, not even looking away from the TV. His hands are raised up to his shoulders like he's anticipating that his favorite team is about to win. Yeah, I mumble as I put on my Bluetooth headphones and head out the door. It's surprisingly bright outside for being 7 in the morning. Why did Des and Troy even wake me up this early anyway? Practice doesn't start till 12, and it's also Saturday. I just want to lay in my bed in the dark and stare at the wall. not doing anything unless someone tells me to or invites me somewhere. I miss when times were simpler. Waking up at 1 in the afternoon, feeling all happy and energetic, and Mom makes you a sandwich with some juice, and you go outside and hang out with your friends until like 9 o'clock at night. When you come back home, your parents made mac and cheese with little cut-up hot dogs, and you have ice cream for dinner. Then after dinner, your mother carries you up into bed, tucks you in, and kisses you goodnight. I wish I were that little girl from my dream. I wonder what happened to her after she disappeared. I run across a floating bridge. I love to look down on it. I love looking at all of the sparkling bright waters flowing healthily under the bridge. I'm so happy that pollution doesn't exist in our world. I'm in a nice dog park. A little chihuahua chases a squirrel up a tree. Birds chirp everywhere. A nice and healthy world. Friendly wildlife anywhere you go. An 8-month-old pit bull almost catches a chipmunk, but then a Canadian goose came in and saved it. Because of that, the pit bull is crying to its owner. Pit bulls aren't violent. I don't get why the non-magic users can't get that. They're just not given the proper necessities. I don't know if it's my body temperature rising or if it's actually getting hot out, but I'm starting to feel a little dizzy from all this heat. I probably should have had an apple or something. No. No eating until dinner. I almost faint until I hear an eerie caw, jolting me awake. Looking around to see where it came from, I catch sight of a giant 20 to 30 foot tall hawk. The parents of the dogs grab them and hide under a tree. We have powers. What are they so scared of? The hawk bolts down towards me with its claws out. Someone probably sent it out to pick me up. It isn't the first time. 20-foot tall birds are great forms of transportation. The hawk grabs me and flies away. I see the people sigh in relief and put their dogs back down. The hawk tosses me up and I land on its back. The view is so beautiful up here. I wonder where it's taking me. Too bad I don't have a ruk-tuk, so I can't talk to it. A ruk-tuk is a stone that allows you to talk to and understand animals. What gender even is this hawk? I wonder who sent it to pick me up. I guess I'll just have to enjoy the ride, for now. I like the feeling of the wind blowing the sweat off of me. We're flying over a more suburban area, when the hawk starts to slow down a bit. A lot of my friends live in this neighborhood, so I still have no clue who wants to see me. The hawk is now going into a landing position, so I climb up closer to its head and hold on tight. We get closer to one of the lawns of the suburban houses. It's a fairly nice house. I can tell it has lots of history, too. There's a pool in the backyard, and I also think I can see one in the basement as well. The hawk lands on the ground, and I slide off its back. The second I get off, it flies over and lands on a bird stand that looks big enough to fit 2 of them and a baby. None of my friends have birds for all I know. Who lives here? Good morning, Lexus. I hear a voice calling down to me from one of the balconies. Their figure is blurry, though, due to the sun shining into my eyes. Oh, sorry. Did I interrupt your run? I recognize that voice, but I can't quite put my finger on it. No, it's fine, I stutter, trying to figure out who it is. Hey, step back a second. I'm coming down. The person calls out to me, and I see them jump on the banister. They look really badass with the shadow and mix of lighting. I run a few feet back, and they jump down. They do a very dramatic superhero land and got up even slower. As they slowly started to look at me, I noticed that's just Brian. He's this rich? Oh, it's just you, I shrug. Hey, at least try to act like I looked cool. He yells at me. So what do you want? I ask as he leads me inside. I want to ask of Anne, he says nervously, and tosses me a water bottle. Hearing what you did after you saw her in the hallway, I take a quick sip. Good luck with that. We don't talk about that, Brian replies and pushes me onto the couch. This living room is so big, it's almost the size of a quarter of the training fields. So, what do you want me to do about it? I ask as I grab a TV remote and flip through the channels. There are so many choices. Who are this guy's parents? I want to know what she thinks of me. Brian is looking at me, like how a little boy looks at their hero. It's kind of cute, but mainly creepy, especially since he's a high school boy who doesn't resemble cute one bit. You do know that you could have just called me and asked. I chugged the rest of the bottle. Brian is still staring at me. Right? Yeah, sorry. It was in the heat of the moment. Brian scratches his neck. Look, she doesn't have any feelings for you at all, I state, chucking the bottle at his head. He looks down at the ground with a sad look on his face. The expression doesn't fit him one bit. But you can always change that. He glances up at me with a smile stuck to his face, like a tattoo. Really? He looks so stupid I almost laugh. You think so? Yeah, dude. Want to know a secret on how to get any girl you want? I ask, confidence and wisdom intertwined with my voice. Even, Anne? Yeah. He's starting to act like a hyper little dog. Tell me. Talk to her. I smack him in the back of the head. And I mean actually talk, not whatever you did last time. Talk to her. He looks like he's going to faint. Okay. Can't you use your powers to give yourself some more confidence? I ask, finally looking away from the TV. Sadly, no. He looks down with a sad face again. I shrug and look back at the TV. And I don't want anyone controlling my emotions either, even if they are helping. You can't trust that they won't stop after that. Well, if you want, you can join us on our next movie night. I almost laugh. No promises that you won't have to hear about boys, though. Anything. He sounds as though he's begging. It's kind of sad. As long as I get to spend some time with Anne. The next movie night is this Friday. I sigh and turn off the TV. Every month we have a movie night at a different house. Okay, Brian says with a hopeful sparkle in his eyes. This month, it's my house. Next is Anne's. I roll my eyes at the sight of him. Just pop by my house sometime after 6 o'clock. Or I can meet up with you somewhere. What movie do you guys have planned? Brian asks, tossing me a towel for my sweat. We decide what genre the day of and just pick a random movie. I wipe myself off. So the only thing you guys plan ahead is the day? Brian asks. Not even. We just run by a pattern. I chuck the towel back at him. We have been ever since we first became friends. Friday after 6. Brian writes it down on a hologram calendar. Anyways, I got training soon, so I gotta go. I mention as I get up and head for a door. If you have any questions, call me. Got it? Yeah, sorry about that. Brian waves to the hawk to come over. See you soon, man, I say as I hop on top of the hawk. See ya. Brian waves me goodbye, and as I fly off, I see him doing a little happy dance into his house. Now I'm alone all over again, I mumbled to myself. The view is quite beautiful, the water flowing down from the floating islands. There are not too many clouds, but there still are a few. The mating season also recently finished for the bigger animals, so there are a few babies that you can see in the area. I can see my house from here, I point. I don't really know who I was talking to. The bird, maybe. The hawk starts to glide down to the front entrance of my house, and I slide off its back. I never got your name, I smile to the hawk as I walk past it. I'm sorry that I have nothing big enough to give you. Thank you for the ride, though. The hawk lifts one of its wings and brings me up to its face. I'm sorry, but I don't have my rucktuck on me, so I can't understand you. The hawk puts me down, nods its head, and takes off once again. I turn around and see Troy standing behind me, holding an ice cream cone with his mouth wide open. Sup? I nod at him. The ice cream falls out of the cone. What was that? Troy yells at me, completely disregarding the now wasted treat. What do you mean? I turn and look at the hawk flying away. Huh, so it's a boy. Why did a hawk just drop you off? Troy asked me as I walked past him. I thought you were going for a run. I was, but then my friend Brian wanted to talk to me, so he sent his hawk after me. I completely ignore all the shock riddled in his voice right now. Where's Des? Upstairs getting ready for training. Troy nods at the staircase. So what did Brian want to talk to you about? Nope, I can't tell you because then Des will hear and he'll tell the whole world about it. I start walking up the stairs to my room. Alright, Who's your new boyfriend? Des asks, popping out of nowhere. See what I mean? I chuckle, turning to Troy and turning back to Des. And no, it was not about me. Oh, really? Des says with a mocking voice and raises his eyebrow. Then who was it about? Come on, tell me, tell me. Go away, I yell at him and run to my room. Tell me, tell me. Des chases after me and runs into my door. Hopefully that knocked him out. I exhale. Time to get changed. I throw off my workout gear and head towards the scale. 132 pounds. 32.4 pounds. Cool. I almost lost 2 pounds since this morning. It's mainly bloat a bit, though. I should wear something that is easy to get out of since I'm getting a uniform today. I wonder what my teammates will be like. I doubt any of them are as cool as Hunter. I don't know what last night was, but it certainly wasn't a date. At least I hope not. Someone starts knocking on my door. Hey, sweetie, why is Des knocked down in front of your door? Oh, you know, I say as I throw some clothes on. Casual Des stuff. Can I come in? The person asks. Yeah, sure, I say cheerfully, and sit on my bed. My mom comes through my bedroom door. Are you ready? Des's body is wound like a pretzel outside of my door. Yeah, I'm ready to kill. I get up to give her a hug, the exact opposite of both of your parents. She smiles and gives me a tight bear hug. Amazing. And technically the opposite of destroy as well, I mention, going back to sit on my bed. So, you've finally seen how they work together? My mother asks, sitting next to me. Yes, and it's beautiful, I exclaim with awe and lay my head back. What do you want, Mom? Before you go, if you're fine with it, of course, we need someone to help us figure out where the flames came from, and I think that this would be an amazing learning experience, my mother suggests. I assume that your brothers already told you why we were gone? Yes, they did, and sure. I shrug and get ready to be teleported. Not like I have a choice anyway. Oh, don't be like that, my dad chuckles, walking in my room. Now let's get going. You have practice soon. Before I know it, we're teleported to a neighborhood that is burning down. I thought it was just a gas station, I yell, doing my best to get my voice over all the commotion. It was just a gas station. We can't extinguish it, my dad explains. Then it spread. What about people with water powers? I ask, watching as firefighters discuss amongst themselves on how to deal with this. We tried. Nothing worked, my mother answers, starting to push me into the flames. Now go make us proud. You know, most parents don't tell their kids to go straight into a burning neighborhood, I shout, walking backwards into the fire. Before I'm able to see their reaction, the flames take over my sight. They're actually not that hot. A simple breeze can extinguish all of this, so why didn't it? I start to walk down the streets looking into all the buildings. All of the trees are dead. If something doesn't happen fast, then our whole world will burn as well. I find the gas station where everything started, and walk inside, immediately seeing about 20 wasp-ups. Wasp looks like a goblin, but smaller and uglier. It makes sense that they're here. It is a burning neighborhood after all. Except that doesn't explain how they got here in general. I'm guessing that there must have been a harbor or caretaker in the area. Walking up to where they're eating the fire, I see that they're not really interested in its taste, but more like they're entranced by it. I put one of my own flames in my hand, and it grabs their attention immediately. Most likely because my flames are much hotter than the flames surrounding them. Come on, little guys, I whisper as I set myself on fire to get all of their attention. I start to lead them to where my family is waiting for me. It may just be in my head, but I feel like I look really badass right now. We all start to see the exit of the neighborhood. It looks like the flames have spread by a few 100 feet already. I can see my parents' faces. A look of shock spreads over them, and I can see people teleporting in the creature captures. I feel kind of bad for them, but it's fair. They're not native to this area, so it'd be best for everyone if we take them away. Where'd you find those little guys? My dad asked me as the wasp-ups are captured. In the gas station, I say as I walk back into the flames. What are you doing? My mom asks. Worry shaking her voice. I'm putting an end to this, I answer, and disappear into the fire once again. I walk into the center of the town and get into a spellcasting stance. Morth pli tongi ak di do yibs migdi, xaitdorp ko ak yibs ko. Di pli di re ak migdi, revrod ko mod dorp ak pico yibs. Revrod ak re, rod ak wong ko. Zakke mig di ko re. Raid rod mig yibs. Di ko mig do rod bo pli ke zak rod pli re. Mig di yibs mig rico. Ray rod ko. Dorp ak zak do ko yibs re plimo. Rod ko ak zak ray rod yibs. Mo mig zak-ko. Do pli re ko yibs yibs. I cast a spell. The spell that I was cast was pronounced, Joangson, please contain the flames that have ruined this neighborhood, inside the largest of hearths, Fire Goddess. It's one of the more basic ones, but it still looks so cool. I might as well give these people a show. A ray of light shines down in front of me, and Joangson appears. She's surprisingly beautiful. Joangson starts to spin around really fast, and all the fire in the neighborhood starts to fly towards her. All the fire creates a tornado, and then a giant hearth falls from the sky. The hearth opens up, and the flames spiral into it. Like I said, it's really cool. The hearth sucks up all of the flames, and then its metal gates slam shut. Joangson starts to raise her arms to the sky, and the hearth rises. Before she leaves, she turns and smiles at me. She puts one of her own flames in her hands and lowers it towards me in a handshake formation. I put on the hottest flame I can muster into my hand, and I went to shake her hand. We're about a centimeter away from handshaking, then Joangson pulls her hand away and wipes her hair back. Psych! She laughs. She lowers her flaming hand back to mine, and I reach out mine again. This time there's pretty much no space between our hands, maybe half a micrometer. Before we finally shake hands, I pull my hand away, and it appears she has done the same. Psych! We both say in unison and laugh. This time we both lower our hands and actually do a handshake. No pulling away. Her flame mixes with mine, and I can feel the heat. My flame was probably nothing to her. Summon me in when you go in for practice. You have a lot of potential, she says to me with a wise gaze to her. Then she blew up, and her flames rose into the sky. As she rose higher, the light was shining down slowly. The light that was shining down slowly became slimmer and dimmer. I can hear some people running towards me. Good job, Lexus, my mother's coworker congratulates me. You really are truly amazing, Lexus. My dad hugs me. I turn and stare at him. What time is it? 5 minutes until your practice, my mother responds. We can just teleport you there. Is this droid there yet? I ask, completely ignoring the cheering crowd of people. Yes, sweetie. They arrived about 10 minutes ago. My dad lets go of his hug and give me a sweet and loving grin. I would like to be teleported as soon as possible, I order as I turn to my mother's coworker. Preferably right now. Why so soon? My mother asks me as her coworker prepares to teleport me. Just something I gotta do, I respond as I'm teleported to the outside of the training area. My mother hates it when I don't give her a complete explanation. Classic mother stuff. I bet that she was probably somebody that almost everyone thought was annoying when she was younger. Either that or she was the mother of a group and everyone was her child. I see that Des and Troy have already met everyone. Like always, I'm behind and last for everything. No one will ever wait for me. Hunter notices me and comes running outside. Good afternoon, Lexus. Morning, I mutter without smiling. Shit, now he's gonna ask what's wrong. Tired? he asks with a nice and calming smile. And full. I laugh. Hopefully that clarifies things a bit. Well, you need to put a little meat on those bones. Hunter brings me in for a hug. How much do you weigh anyway? 132.4 pounds, answer as he lets me have the hug. And I'm 5 feet 8 inches. So you're still in your average. Hunter looks at the people staring at us in the window. I'll have to keep a close eye on you to make sure you stay there. Des and Troy come outside, pick me up and drag me inside. Come on, meet our new teammates. Des says as he chucks me onto a mat. Troy falls down with me since he didn't let go. Alright everyone, a deep voice shouts. Line up side by side, one partner behind the other. Before I get the chance to see who's yelling out the orders, Hunter grabs me and pulls me behind him. We are beside my brothers, Des in the front and Troy in the back, as well as a pair that I don't know. They're both boys. The one in the front has a color-changing mohawk, most likely a phase. The one behind him has long black hair and glasses. I think I see a scar on his face as well. I see that the newbies have arrived. The deep voice speaks again. I try to look over Hunter's shoulders. The man is wearing a desert camo jacket and bubblegum camo cargo pants, though I can't get a good look on the man's face because Hunter is too tall. Why don't you introduce yourselves? Troy pushes Des out of the way. In a very formal tone he says, My name is Troy Deathchill, and my power is Yang. I hear a voice laugh. It's a girl, and she's 3 rows down from me. Everyone here is so tall. I can't see what she looks like, but I already don't like her. You know that Yang is supposed to be a female, right? Want to experience our power? Des asks, backing up Troy. You should have seen what we did to those people yesterday. Des points to the 2 people that they trained with yesterday. I hope the girl is okay, though I can't see her. And who are you? The man asks with a stern expression on his face, but also looks like he's trying to hold back a laugh. I am Des Deathchill, and my power is Yin. Des responds with his I'm better than everyone else confident voice, and a back so straight it looks like even the tiniest bend can snap it in half. Another pair and a confident one. The man smirks with both his eyebrows raised. This should be good. Des and Troy go back to their spot. Des gives the girl a death stare and turns back to look at the man. Alright, so it appears that the man continues. Wait, there's one more. Hunter interrupts him and steps out of the way to show me. I probably appear so pathetic and weak. Who might you be? The man asks me. A quarter of his face is burned. He has light yellow eyes. His hair is brown. The hairstyle is a faux hawk fade. He has a slight beard stubble, most likely shaved 3 weeks ago. Despite the burned face, he's actually pretty good looking. He has a mix of lean and buff throughout his body. I don't think even a centimeter of his figure is symmetrical. He also has a barcode shaved into the side of his head. Hunter looks at me and smiles. I am Lexus Deathchill, and my powers are death, fire, and cold. I walk up in front of everyone and point at the girl that dissed Troy. What is your name? Carol Simmons, she responds instantly, with a bitchy face. She has pale, clear skin, almost resembling snow. She is short. She has long blonde hair, not styled in a particular way. She also has blue eyes. She's wearing a pink crop top that pretty much covers nothing. Even the pinker pink booty shorts that clearly show her G-string panties. I hate everything about this girl. I'll probably end up accidentally killing her. I need to teach her a lesson. This is no longer about treating my brothers like shit. This is personal. Good to know. I give her a half smile with squinted eyes. Everyone, start your warm-ups, Ragnar commands loudly. As for the newbies, follow me, and I'll give you your stuff. Des Des, Troy, and Hunter and I follow Ragnar into his office. I don't know why Hunter's coming along, but I'm sure they'll know soon enough. Ragnar's office is pretty nice. It has a modern soldier theme to it. Ragnar points to 3 outfits hanging up in a closet. They all may have the same last name, but I'm certain that you'll know which one is yours. Hunter runs to the closet and pulls out my outfits. A training uniform, a home uniform, and an away uniform. All the uniforms have Deathchill and 16 on the back of them. They also have Lexus written on the shoulder. The front of them has Elder Sholo written on them, with a clip art picture of a Sholo under it. The training uniform is gray and white, like always. The home uniform is black and red, and the away uniform is black and gray. I am already in love with the home uniform. Once my friends see the uniforms, they're probably going to make me do a fashion show. I'd rather do a fashion show on stuff like team uniforms and workout gear, instead of stuff like dresses, so I guess I'd be fine with it. Put it on! Put it on! Hunter throws the uniforms at me and jumps up and down like a child. Come on, Des says, pulling me and Troy to the change rooms. Let's get changed. Put on the training uniforms, Ragnar yells out of his office as we run out. I swear Des and Troy are going to make me do a fashion show before Anne can even sense that I've got new clothes. I bet even once my friends make me do a fashion show, Des and Troy are still going to be as energetic as they are right now. I throw on the training uniform and exit the change room. Des and Troy are both outside on the benches waiting for me. Des has his hand on his cheeks with his mouth wide open when he sees me. He's like a father with a 3-year-old daughter. Meanwhile, Troy is pretty much having a photo shoot of me. He's most likely going to post this all over Weenip. I'm guessing that Hunter heard all of the noise because he came in with such a huge smile. He looks like he's taking me to prom. Well, if prom involved powers and broken bones. Sadly, practice is starting soon, so he can't put every single one on, Hunter says. I bet he's going to laugh at Dez's reaction. Okay, Troy says, putting his phone in his bag in one of the lockers. Let's go, guys. Dez doesn't even look at Troy. He just stands up, walks over to Hunter, very slowly and dramatically, and stares him dead in the eye. Before Hunter can say anything, Dez falls to his knees and starts to beg, Please, 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 just one quick runway walk. I glance up at Hunter for please say no look. Hunter smirks, looks me dead in the eyes, and says, Better start strutting, princess. Why did he call me princess? I give him a quick death stare. Wasn't strong enough to kill him, but just enough to hurt him. He just smiles at me. That damn smile. How can he handle the pain? About 100th of his organs should be malfunctioning right now. Okay, well, it's broken. He must be using his life powers right now to heal himself, or Destroy is helping him. Fine. I walk to one side of the hallway and turn around. Care to walk with me, Prince? My brothers are looking at both of us like middle schoolers after someone roasted someone else. I would love to. Hunter beams as he walks over to me, bows, takes my hand and faces my brothers. Troy grabs Dez's phone, takes out his own, and starts to record us like this is a legit fashion show. Hunter and I link arms and start to strut. It actually feels real, even though we're in a sweaty locker room filled with dirty clothes. Does this mean we're dating? I don't think that I'm ready for a relationship. Besides, I'd probably gain a lot of weight if I were to date him. Plus, we are exact opposites. I'm death, fire, and cold, and he's life, water, and heat. It would be too dangerous if we were to date. Alright, calm down. I'm just overthinking everything again. I peer up at Hunter and see that he's already smiling at me. Kind of creepy, but I don't mind. How are his teeth so perfect? His hair is so perfect. His face is perfect. His eyes are so cool and perfect. His style is perfect. He is perfect. Am I in love? No. We're just teammates, fighting and having each other's back. That's all. We almost reach my brothers until Carol, enters the room with her arms crossed. I swear, I will kill her right here now. If you're done with my sloppy seconds, it's time for practice. Carol snickers with the bitchiest face I've ever seen. All I have to do is a death stare. That's all. No one will have to deal with her ever again. I'm sure that her parents will be thankful. Also, what the hell does she mean by sloppy seconds? By sloppy seconds, I mean I've already had him, Carol adds with a face like she thinks everyone has her back. Meanwhile, everyone here is on my side. You will always be a loser. No one will ever actually have your back. She's starting to make Rebecca look like a sweetheart. Is she reading my mind? Yes, shit. Get out of my head, I yell. Des and Troy are looking at me with worried expressions, like I'm about to get into a fight. Which I might. Then stop thinking so loud, Carol mocks me. Somehow her face is even more scrunched up. She looks like a hoe. Who am I kidding? She most likely is a hoe. If I'm a hoe, then you really are a loser, Carol laughs. You'll probably die a virgin. Carol, go away before Steph hears you. Hunter interrupts her. I don't know who Steph is, but I'm guessing it's her new boyfriend. Carol rolls her eyes and walks out of the room. Des, Troy, and Hunter all look at each other and start to laugh. What is it with boys nowadays? Let's get to training. Troy prompts us after he sends himself the video from Des's phone to his. We exit the change room and see everyone split up into their categories. Healers and fighters. The researchers are currently in the library. Oh, hopefully he still picked up the audio. The researchers are currently in the library, most likely creating game plans and gathering information on their competitors. The researchers have it easy. No combat, but their job can be very stressful as well. After all, they have to be extremely smart, understand what they're doing, and have connections. Hey, are you okay? A tall and skinny boy asks me. He has curly brown hair, brown eyes, with an ocean blue outline. He appears to be a mix. I love his style. He's wearing a gray hoodie with the logo of some sort of gaming team on it, and with black sweatpants. His voice is very unexpected for his appearance, but it's quite soothing. I feel like I can trust him with everything already. Huh? Oh yeah, I'm fine. I answer. I must have been zoned out. You're the new girl, right? He asks me. Lexus, right? Yeah, Lexus Deathchill. I stick out my hand to shake his. You? Steth, he responds. No last name? I saw you on the news. That was a badass spell. Thanks. I start to blush. I think I really like him so far. Wait, did he say Steph? That reminds me. Joe Angson told me to summon her during practice. I better get to it. Welcome to the team, by the way. Steph yells after me as I sprint away. Thank you. You too. I yell back. Steph smiles at that. I can tell right now that he's not judging me, but most likely later tonight before I go to bed, I'll feel like everyone was laughing at me. Lexus, be careful. Hunter pulls me aside before I can summon Joe Angson. Steph is Carol's goal boyfriend. She's aiming for him. I'll focus on that later, I respond, pulling my arm out of his grip. If you can please tell everyone to step back, I would be grateful. What are you gonna do? Hunter asks me. You'll see. I smirk and run to the center of the room. Hunter gets right to the point and tells everyone to step back. It appears that Des and Troy overheard me because they're doing the same thing. I go into my spell stance and start the incantations. Xite Dork Ko Ak Yeeps Ko. Deeply Pico. Bokiet Pikiet. Yeeps Migriko. Pre Pli Tongi Ak Di Do Yeeps Migdi. Before I can react, Joe Winkson comes down from the sky, holding a donut. I guess gods have lives as well. But seriously, a plain donut? If you're gonna break a diet, you might as well enjoy it. Joe Winkson looks at me, at her donut, then back at me. My friend made donuts and I didn't want to offend him. Why didn't he make any icing? I ask, pointing at the plain pastry. I actually kind of like the taste of plain donuts. Sometimes the sugary icing is too sweet. My other friend ate all of it and we didn't have any extra ingredients. Joe Winkson explains. Are you ready? I don't know what I'm supposed to be ready for, but yeah, sure. I throw my hands up in the air. Okay, hold my donut, Joe Winkson says as she hands me her donut. I look around and see everyone staring with their jaws dropped. I forgot they were here. Is this even a donut? It's hard like a bagel. Why am I so casual about this? Joe Winkson puts out her hands horizontally, and a glowing orb of fire starts to glow in between her two hands. It's so beautiful and bright. I want to touch it. I want to eat it. Put your hands next to mine, Joe Winkson orders, gesturing to me to join her. I walk in front of her and put my arms out so that the tips of our fingers are touching. Now, mix your hardest fire with mine, Joe Winkson tells me as her fire stops growing, but continues to glow brighter and brighter. I do as she tells me, putting flames in between my hands. She still never told me what she was doing. Her flame is a pure white, and mine is a light red. You'd expect the flames to turn pink, but when they mix, they didn't. They're green. Why are they green? What does this mean? What's going on? I ask Joe Winkson, panicking. Don't worry, Joe Winkson assures me, as she starts to push the green ball of flames towards me. The ball goes into the center of my chest right next to my heart. Is that where my soul is? What's going on? My back starts to twitch. Joe Winkson looks me in the eyes and smiles a sweet smile, like a mother looking at her child. You will do amazingly, she says to me. My body completely absorbs the green flame. What do you mean? I ask as all the pretty lights slowly fade. Tell me what color was the flame, Joe Winkson asks me. Green, I guess? I shrug. Yes, Joe Winkson nods. But what shade of green? Light green? I give her a weird look. Yes, and what does it represent? Joe Winkson asks. I don't know. Growth, harmony, freshness, fertility, and safety? I explain. Do you think that you resemble any of that? Joe Winkson asks, putting her hand on my shoulder. Not a single one. I smile. I have to smile. If I don't smile, then people might figure out that my emotions aren't genuine. You'll figure everything out soon enough, she beams. Well, see you later. Bye, I mutter, with confusion waving at her. Oh yeah, and you're more powerful now, Joe Winkson finishes, and then she rises into the sky, just completely through the ceiling. Nothing broke, surprisingly. It was kind of like a ghost going through a wall. Steph comes behind me and holds me up. I didn't even notice that I was all wobbly. What does that mean? That I'm more powerful now. That was so cool, Steph cheers, putting my arm around his shoulders to help hold me up. Leave her alone, Steph, Hunter yells, pulling me away from him. I'm not doing anything to her, Steph shouts back. Carol has run by his side now. Why do I feel so dizzy? Go away, Hunter, Carol screams at him. No one asked you to come over, Carol. Hunter screams back. I feel like I'm about to collapse. Why do I feel like this? Stop yelling, Des interrupts everyone. It appears that they were starting to grab each other to fight. I black out. After what feels like 5 minutes, I can hear everyone's voices again. Troy is standing over me with a bottle of water, and Hunter is using his life powers on me. Why didn't anyone notice me getting dizzy? I guess I'm that invisible, huh? Hey, she's waking up, I hear Steph say to everyone once he notices my eyes start to open. Wow, you really are a loser, huh? Carol scoffs, already mocking me. What happened? I ask, sitting myself up. I can tell that ignoring Carol made her mad. Good to know. Sorry about that, a boy says, scratching the back of his head. He's short and not very good looking. Average at best. He probably gets friend-zoned a lot. I'm Jeffrey Simeons. My powers are intoxication, invisibility, flight, and growth. I am a fighter on Elder Sholo. Tell her what happened before I make you, Des demands, grabbing him by the collar. Classic protective brother. He makes me proud sometimes. Sometimes. Be a little more gentle, Des, Hunter says, taking Dez's hands off of Jeffrey. He's clearly not as protective over his teammates as I thought. Well, you see, my sister, one of our researchers, saw that your power levels were rising too quickly, and well, she asked me to make you intoxicated to calm you down a bit. Jeffrey explains, his voice squeaking every so often. Where is your sister? Des asks. I honestly don't know what emotion he could be feeling right now. That question sounded so calm yet terrifying at the same time. She has social anxiety, so she's probably invisible right now somewhere. Jeffrey answers. You do too, Jeffrey, a feminine voice says out of nowhere. I'm assuming it's his sister's. She makes herself visible and slaps him upside the head. You should also know that you should never share that kind of information to people. It's not yours to share. Besides, you were invisible when you were making her intoxicated. She's short like him, but slightly better looking. I can tell they're siblings. Blah, 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 Jeffrey mocks her. He turns himself invisible and goes to join everyone else practicing. Ragnar comes over now that everything has died down, a mixture of confusion and curiosity riddled all over him. What the hell just happened? I suggested that Hunter and the other newbies train separately from everyone else for now. Samantha instantly suggests, a bit frantic. I'll help them as well. Why? Ragnar asks, raising an eyebrow. Lexus recently got a goddess blessing, so I want to help her master it. Samantha explains. As for why, I also want Des and Troy to train alongside us. It's because they know each other very well, so it's most likely that once we're in a battle that they'll be around each other the most. Lexus got a goddess blessing? Ragnar starts to freak out. Which goddess? Joangsen, sir, Samantha answers. Oh yeah, the goddess of fire, hearths, and the kitchen. Ragnar quietly laughs to himself. Is he mocking her? Ragnar is now walking away, clearly holding his laughter. Well, alright then. You may train separately from the rest of the team, but make sure you're ready 2 weeks before our first battle. You got it. Samantha salutes to him. I can tell by her face, and the fact that she just became a little transparent, that she didn't mean to do that, and now she's embarrassed. Don't worry, I say, putting my hand on her shoulder. We're not judging you. That seems to make her relax a bit. She smiles kindly and says, I like you already. Welcome to the team. Well, let's get to training, Des says as he throws me over his shoulder and leads us to one of the training rooms. We enter one of the rooms, and Samantha locks the door behind us. Alright, line up beside your teammate. Des and Troy stand beside each other like they're soldiers. Meanwhile, Hunter pulls me beside him and holds me painfully tight. What's up with him? Why is he treating me like this all of a sudden? I swear I'll burn him right here and now if he doesn't stop. Samantha looks at me, then gives Hunter a death stare. She can tell that he's bothering me. Hunter rolls his eyes and loosens up his grip a bit, glancing at Samantha. I give her a nod of appreciation. Alright, so you guys are complete opposites, correct? Samantha points at Hunter and me. Yes, I try to respond, but then Hunter cuts me off. Yes, Hunter responds, annoyed. I burn him. Stop. You started it. I snap at him. Des, Troy, please stand between them. Samantha points at them, then at us. Des stands behind Hunter. Here we go. You better leave my little sis alone, Des whispers. Whatever, Hunter rolls his eyes. Oh boy, if a fight breaks out, Troy will have to hold back Des. And if this continues, Troy may not even do that. Why is everyone so protective over me? I'm just a waste of time and space. Alright, well, I heard that you and Hunter came up with a cool new attack yesterday. Samantha just completely ignores the darkening atmosphere. Care to share it? Okay. I shrug and walk to the other side of the room as Hunter walks to one side of the room as Hunter walks to the other. edges are stuck together. Unstick. Come on. Alright. We are both getting into a fighting stance, and I wait for Hunter to start, so I don't hurt him. Although at this point, I wouldn't mind it. I'll just shoot him, and he can start on his own time. Right as I start my stream, he starts his, and gives me a, "How fucking dare you" face. How dare I? How dare he? He has been such a controlling jerk today. I want to hurt him. I want to hospitalize him. I want to kill him. Our streams blast into each other, and the yin-yang starts to grow. It seems that Samantha is already analyzing it. She seems terrified. The fire and water have turned into vapor, and the warmth and cold are producing a sickening mixture. I feel like I'm going to throw up, and I can tell Hunter feels the same, because his stream is getting weaker. I have to help him. Make him angry. What should I do? What should I do? Oh, I know. I stick my head out at him and roll my eyes with a smirk. That should do it. It worked. He's pissed. I hear someone fall to the ground. If I look over, Hunter might try to hurt me. I can't let my guard down. My death stream is so much bigger now. I can't even see Hunter. As long as I can see the yin-yang, he's fine. Although mine seems a little bit bigger. I should signal him to stop. How? If I can get someone to tell him to stop. How? If I can't see him, then he can't see me either. I look over to see if I can get someone to tell him to stop, but everyone has collapsed, and Troy is barely holding on. That's it. I stop my stream and Hunter falls to his knees. Was he using all he got to try and stay alive? What happened to everyone else? Is this all my fault? I'm the worst. I should just go and disappear. It would be the best for everyone. Lexus, Hunter says in between his coughing. Unlock the door. Got it, I say as I run over to Samantha's body, grab the keys, and unlock the door. So I guess that everyone couldn't breathe from the vapor and the temperature. Why didn't it affect me? I unlock the door and a bunch of people come running in, mainly healers and researchers. Ragnar is standing outside with his arms crossed. Is he mad? Before I can say anything, Steph comes running over to me. What happened? Steph starts asking me. Are you okay? To be honest, I don't even know myself. I shrug. I'm still trying to figure out what happened. Steph shakes his head and picks me up, his huge arms cradling my body. I'm taking you to the nurse's office. Okay, I mumble as I start to doze off. Seriously, Jeffrey? Stop. Steph. Steph groans as he sees me slowly becoming intoxicated. Sorry, man, Jeffrey says. He's clearly invisible right now. It's protocol. She's not going to hurt anyone, Steph yells, and my eyes promptly shut, turning my conscious mind off completely. I wake up after what feels like 3 or 4 hours, wondering how much weight I've lost after everything that has happened. Why am I thinking about this right now? Where am I? Where's Destroy? Where's Steph? Where's Hunter? I sit up and see Steph sitting beside my bed. Just so you know, it's 6 o'clock. What happened? Where is everyone? I ask, shooting my gaze all around the room. It's a nurse's office of sorts, curtains providing cover for each of the white beds. Don't worry, Steph says as he pushes me back into the bed. Everyone is okay. Well, semi-okay. What happened? I ask as Steph gives me a glass of orange juice. Wait, what do you mean by semi-okay? Well, Hunter's barely breathing, Des refuses to let anyone near Troy because he doesn't trust them. I'm pretty sure Troy's in a coma, and Samantha is having a mental breakdown. Steph explains, "You're quite something. Absolutely nothing is wrong with you, yet we're keeping you here just in case." Does anyone know what happened in there? I ask. Wait, Troy's in a coma? It's best if you rest for now. Steph tucks me in. We'll be letting you go home in around an hour. Everyone hates me now, I'm guessing. I mutter, looking into his beautiful yellow sun eyes, with a red lava outline. Wait, something's up. Steph notices me pick up on it and yells at someone that is not in my peripheral vision. "Put her to sleep, stat." "Mo migzako," I shout. A wave of green flames shot out from all directions of me. All I hear is screaming. I don't know what's going on, but that wasn't Steph. Steph's eye colors are brown with a blue outline, not sun and lava. The fire touches my skin. It's so hot. Am I not even able to handle my own flames anymore? Where's Des and Troy? I need to find them. I go to the door, and before I leave, I see Des. "Lexus! Des!" I yell back. "Where's Troy?" "Over here." He points to a bed right beside him. He's paralyzed. I run over to them and take a look at Troy. His eyes are darting from side to side. He's probably sees something that isn't us. Wait. Oh my god. They're testing us. I try to yell to Des and Troy, but before I know it, I'm woken up in the middle of the floor. Steph has his hands hovering over my brother's. He seems very focused, probably trying to find a way to play off what I almost did. "New record," Hunter says, smacking my back. "Why is everyone always putting me into those false situations?" I grumble with annoyance. "Sorry, protocol," Hunter shrugs. "When did this start?" I ask, rolling my eyes. "Right after Joangson left and you blacked out," Hunter air quotes. "So what time is it then?" I ask. I don't know," Hunter checks the clock on the wall. 6:04 p.m. Steph ran out of energy at one point, so we had to put you guys to sleep for a few hours. "So what's my record?" I asked, staring at my brothers. They're holding hands in real life. "Well, excluding the nap, 40 minutes. Hunter responds. He notices me staring at my brothers. "You know, we've paralyzed your real-life bodies when we put you into the simulation. Yet somehow Des and Troy moved their arms and held each other's hands. We thought something was wrong, so we increased the power. Yet somehow they were still able to break through that. Destroy is really something." "That's my brothers for you," I laugh. "So we're good?" "Oh yeah, don't..." Stop disconnecting. "So we're good?" "Oh yeah, don't worry about it," Hunter says as he gives me a tight, kind hug. "So how much time do they have left?" I ask, looking around. Carol is giving me a death stare from the training room. Samantha is celebrating. I think she won a bet. Jeffrey is barely visible, hiding behind a wall, and Ragnar is just drinking his coffee, watching everything happening. "Until 7, Hunter says, glancing at the clock. "Give them 30 seconds, I smirk. "Care to make a bet?" Hunter smiles back. $30, I nod, a confident smirk reaching across my face. "You're on." Hunter shakes my hand. We watch as the clock counts down. Better pay up, I grin. 2, 1. I don't know who set a timer, but I can hear faint ringing in the distance. And right on beat, Des and Troy wake up. Des looks pissed, and Troy appears as though he's happy that it's over. I lay my hand out flat in front of Hunter and say, "Come on, money, right here." "I'll give it to you tomorrow," he shrugs with a "please believe me" smile. "I'll hold you to it." I give him a "you just made a deal with the devil" smirk. Without missing a beat, Des stands up, grabs Troy's hand, and turns into Destroy. "How dare you guys treat my brother and sister like this?" Walking up to Destroy, putting my hand on top of theirs, I freeze them. "Chill, dude." I look behind me and Hunter is shaking his head and smiling. Shit, I just made a pun. Des and Troy let go of each other's hands. "Please tell me we don't have to go through this ever again," Des whines. "Gonna have to get used to it," Ragnar responds, handing us cups of coffee. "Happens to us sometimes. We normally figure it out when it's too late." Steph falls to the ground and starts to snore. Ragnar laughs. "I'll throw him into the shower," Hunter says as he picks up Steph. "Come on, buddy." "So you guys don't actually hate each other?" I question, pointing at them. "No, of course not," Hunter says as he carries Steph in the change room. "We're actually best friends." "It's getting late," Ragnar mentions as he helps me up. "Why don't you guys head on home?" "I swear, if we're still in a simulation," Des starts. "Come on," Troy cuts him off. "Let's go already." We're walking home, and we're about halfway there when it starts to rain. And of course, Des and Troy are already trying to help me. "Please, take my jacket," Des offers, taking off his jacket. "You know she can just evaporate the rain falling down around her, right?" Troy laughs. "Guys, trust me, I'm fine," I say as I run in front of them and jump into a puddle. The water splashes everywhere, soaking our uniforms. After all, I love the rain. "Lexus!" Des yells out and begins to chase me. "These are brand new!" At this point we're running up and down the sidewalks and roads. Troy's walking with his hands in his pockets as we splash him, and pretty much ruin his outfit. Luckily, he left his uniforms in his locker. Meanwhile, Des couldn't bear to part with his. "Don't you dare," Des squints his eyes, pointing at me as he's surrounded by puddles. I give him a pesky little smile, then Troy taps him on the shoulder and says, "Checkmate." And then he jumps into the puddle, soaking us all and the little girl that was coming in to join the fun. It looks like she's about to cry. "Get over here, you weasel," Des yells and chases Troy. I don't know why Des called Troy a weasel, but it seemed to have made the little girl laugh. "Yeah, you're a weasel," the little girl laughs and chases Troy alongside Des. Her voice is so high, and she's so cute. I see two adults running down the sidewalk. One has long, luscious hair, and the other has short, messy hair. They both appear to be female. They must be the girl's parents. Or maybe they're sisters. Either way, I have the feeling that they're this little girl's guardians. They see her playing with my brothers and sigh in relief. She must have wandered off a little while ago. I smile and wave at them to let them know we're safe, and they come walking over. "Nice weather we're having," I say sarcastically. "Make sure to be a little more careful nowadays," one of the ladies warned me. "I heard a few moikies were spotted in the area." "Wait, seriously?" I ask, amazed. "When did you first hear about this?" "We first heard on the news about 2 hours ago," the other woman answered. "Then our daughter wanted to go out and play, so obviously we went with her." "Well, yeah, of course," I nod in agreement. "So, are you guys from around here?" "Yes, we are," the lady continues. "Oh, and guess what? I've recently seen. Some non-magic users have found their way into the city." Are you kidding me? I don't even know when it cut off this time. Steph groans as he sees me slowly becoming intoxicated. "Sorry, man," Jeffrey says. He's clearly invisible right now. "It's protocol." "She's not going to hurt anyone," Steph yells, and my eyes promptly shut, turning my conscious mind off completely. I wake up after what feels like 3 or 4 hours. wondering how much weight I've lost after everything that has happened. Why am I thinking about this right now? Where am I? Where's Destroy? Where's Steph? Where's Hunter? I sit up and see Steph sitting beside my bed. Just so you know, it's 6 o'clock. What happened? Where is everyone? I ask, shooting my gaze all around the room. It's a nurse's office of sorts, curtains providing cover for each of the white beds. Don't worry, Steph says as he pushes me back into the bed. Everyone is okay. Well, semi-okay. What happened? I ask as Steph gives me a glass of orange juice. Wait, what do you mean by semi-okay? Well, Hunter's barely breathing, Des refuses to let anyone near Troy because he doesn't trust them. I'm pretty sure Troy's in a coma, and Samantha is having a mental breakdown. Steph explains, You're quite something. Absolutely nothing is wrong with you, yet we're keeping you here just in case. Does anyone know what happened in there? I ask. Wait, Troy's in a coma? It's best if you rest for now. Steph tucks me in. We'll be letting you go home in around an hour. Everyone hates me now, I'm guessing. I mutter, looking into his beautiful yellow sun eyes, with a red lava outline. Wait, something's up. Steph notices me pick up on it and yells at someone that is not in my peripheral vision. Put her to sleep, stat. Mo migzako, I shout. A wave of green flames shot out from all directions of me. All I hear is screaming. I don't know what's going on, but that wasn't Steph. Steph's eye colors are brown with a blue outline, not sun and lava. The fire touches my skin. It's so hot. Am I not even able to handle my own flames anymore? Where's Des and Troy? I need to find them. I go to the door, and before I leave, I see Des. Lexus! Des! I yell back. Where's Troy? Over here. He points to a bed right beside him. He's paralyzed. I run over to them and take a look at Troy. His eyes are darting from side to side. He's probably sees something that isn't us. Wait. Oh my god. They're testing us. I try to yell to Des and Troy, but before I know it, I'm woken up in the middle of the floor. Steph has his hands hovering over my brother's. He seems very focused, probably trying to find a way to play off what I almost did. New record, Hunter says, smacking my back. Why is everyone always putting me into those false situations? I grumble with annoyance. Sorry, protocol. Hunter shrugs. When did this start? I ask, rolling my eyes. Right after Joangson left and you blacked out. Hunter air quotes. So what time is it then? I ask. Like, I don't know. Hunter checks the clock on the wall. 6:04 p.m. Steph ran out of energy at one point, so we had to put you guys to sleep for a few hours. So what's my record? I asked, staring at my brothers. They're holding hands in real life. Well, excluding the nap, 40 minutes. Hunter responds. He notices me staring at my brothers. You know, we've paralyzed your real-life bodies when we put you into the simulation. Yet somehow Des and Troy moved their arms and held each other's hands. We thought something was wrong, so we increased the power. Yet somehow they were still able to break through that. Destroy is really something. That's my brothers for you, I laugh. So we're good? Oh yeah, don't... Stop disconnecting. So we're good? Oh yeah, don't worry about it, Hunter says as he gives me a tight, kind hug. So how much time do they have left? I ask, looking around. Carol is giving me a death stare from the training room. Samantha is celebrating. I think she won a bet. Jeffrey is barely visible, hiding behind a wall, and Ragnar is just drinking his coffee, watching everything happening. Until 7, Hunter says, glancing at the clock. Give them 30 seconds, I smirk. Care to make a bet? Hunter smiles back. $30, I nod, a confident smirk reaching across my face. You're on. Hunter shakes my hand. We watch as the clock counts down. Better pay up, I grin. 2, 1. I don't know who set a timer, but I can hear faint ringing in the distance. And right on beat, Des and Troy wake up. Des looks pissed, and Troy appears as though he's happy that it's over. I lay my hand out flat in front of Hunter and say, Come on, money, right here. I'll give it to you tomorrow, he shrugs with a please believe me smile. I'll hold you to it. I give him a, you just made a deal with the devil smirk. Without missing a beat, Des stands up, grabs Troy's hand, and turns to destroy. How dare you guys treat my brother and sister like this? Walking up to destroy, putting my hand on top of theirs, I freeze them. Chill, dude. I look behind me and Hunter is shaking his head and smiling. Shit, I just made a pun. Des and Troy let go of each other's hands. Please tell me we don't have to go through this ever again, Des whines. Gonna have to get used to it, Ragnar responds, handing us cups of coffee. Happens to us sometimes. We normally figure it out when it's too late. Steph falls to the ground and starts to snore. Ragnar laughs. I'll throw him into the shower, Hunter says as he picks up Steph. Come on, buddy. So you guys don't actually hate each other? I question, pointing at them. No, of course not, Hunter says as he carries Steph into the change room. We're actually best friends. It's getting late, Ragnar mentions as he helps me up. Why don't you guys head on home? I swear, if we're still in a simulation, Des starts. Come on, Troy cuts him off. Let's go already. We're walking home, and we're about halfway there when it starts to rain. And of course, Des and Troy are already trying to help me. Please, take my jacket, Des offers, taking off his jacket. You know she can just evaporate the rain falling down around her, right? Troy laughs. Guys, trust me, I'm fine, I say as I run in front of them and jump into a puddle. The water splashes everywhere, soaking our uniforms. After all, I love the rain. Laxus, Des yells out and begins to chase me. These are brand new. At this point we're running up and down the sidewalks and roads. Troy's walking with his hands in his pockets as we splash him, and pretty much ruin his outfit. Luckily he left his uniforms in his locker. Meanwhile, Des couldn't bear to part with his. Don't you dare, Des squints his eyes, pointing at me as he's surrounded by puddles. I give him a pesky little smile, then Troy taps him on the shoulder and says, Checkmate. And then he jumps into the puddle, soaking us all and the little girl that was coming in to join the fun. It looks like she's about to cry. Get over here, you weasel, Des yells and chases Troy. I don't know why Des called Troy a weasel, but it seemed to have made the little girl laugh. Yeah, you're a weasel, the little girl laughs and chases Troy alongside Des. Her voice is so high, and she's so cute. I see two adults running down the sidewalk. One has long, luscious hair, and the other has short, messy hair. They both appear to be female. They must be the girl's parents. Or maybe they're sisters. Either way, I have the feeling that they're this little girl's guardians. They see her playing with my brothers and sigh in relief. She must have wandered off a little while ago. I smile and wave at them to let them know we're safe, and they come walking over. Nice weather we're having, I say sarcastically. Make sure to be a little more careful nowadays, one of the ladies warned me. I heard a few moikies were spotted in the area. Wait, seriously? I ask, amazed. When did you first hear about this? We first heard on the news about 2 hours ago, the other woman answered. Then our daughter wanted to go out and play, so obviously we went with her. Well, yeah, of course, I nod in agreement. So, are you guys from around here? Yes, we are, the lady continues. Oh, and guess what? I've recently seen. Some non-magic users have found their way into the city. Are you kidding me? I don't even know when it cut off this time. Well, I'll be sure to keep my sensors on me, I say, waving to my brothers to signal them to finish things up. Best be heading home. Would you three like an escort, or should you be fine? We should be fine, one of the women responds cheerfully as they turn into a Sholo. She doesn't look like she fought for it, so she must be part of the military. Have a good night. You too, I say as I wave them goodbye and run to catch up with my brothers. The little girl and I high-five each other as we sprint past each other. Spill the tea, sis, Des says to me, clearly noticing that something was up. There are both non-magic users and moikies in the city, I answer. Let's go home, Troy promptly utters, turning to Des. Let's. Des nods at Troy, picks me up and throws me on his back like a piggyback ride, and then they run home. We get home and burst through the front door. I'm guessing that Mom is working late because all I see is Dad sitting at the counter drinking coffee. Dad, Troy says, running up to him and hugging him like a little boy. Des puts me down and we walk over to them. There are non-magic users and moikies in the city. Wait, what? Dad asks. He sounds very worried now. I'm going to see your mother. Cook yourselves dinner, then go straight to bed. Got it? Got it. We all nod in unison. Alright, I'll see you all tomorrow, Dad breathes, frantically grabbing his jacket and running out the door. Want us to help, Dad? Des asks, sounding like he's already pumping himself up. No, he yells back. For a moment we all look at each other, occasional sounds around the house filling in the silence. Finally, I move towards the stairs. Well, I'm going to bed. No dinner? Troy asks. Still full, I answer, half lying. Alright, good night, Troy responds. Come on, Des, time for bed. But, Des pouts, pointing at the door. Bed, Troy demands. Fine. Des slumps after him. Good night, I mutter. Good night, they both say in unison. Troy is more joyful than Des. I want to walk into my room and jump onto my bed. Good night? What's good about it? The end. And that is chapter 6 of Deathchill, written by yours truly. And by the way, I do not like this site. It is a nightmare to work with. In fact, I had to record about 6 different audio versions of this thing because it kept on crashing. So best to say, I'm gonna end up just using Anchor. And by the way, I ended up recording the week after this week's episode, because I need to get it done for an assignment. And I ended up just using Anchor instead, and it was so much better. So I'm gonna end up using Anchor instead of Riverside, because Riverside's difficult to work with. And how about we start concluding this meeting? I don't have my outro memorized, but I'm going to try do it off of memory best I can. Check out my novels Deathchill, Flame Rape, and Arctic Blaze, link in the description. Check out the Creative Writing Club Instagram, link at creativewriting_club. Check out the Creative Writing Club Discord server in the description. Check out my personal Instagram at dark_night_wolves. And yes, I know I said that out of order. Goodbye. Forgot about the school bell. Play. Cunt. Are you kidding me? Alright, school bell's not working. Give me a second. Alright, the school bell loaded up literally right as I clicked stop and recording, so let's do this. And no, I'm not going to edit any of that out.